Hello there. I'm Mr. Saem Shutarek. Today we'll be solving June 2020 paper 4-2, the second part of it. Okay. A 2D array stores data entered by a user. The main program declares 2D array of 10 by 10 integer elements. The array is initialized with random values between 1 to 10. Each element written in the code for the main program. So basically what they're saying over here is what we're doing, we have to do is we have to actually make an array which is 10 by 10. Okay. So obviously you will have 10 values this way and you will have 10 values this way. So you have 10 by 10. This is what you have to make. So in order to make this, this thing is the array is initialized with random value between 1 and 100. So any random values will be generated over here between 1 and 100, and any random values will be generated from here 1 and 100. So this is actually what we have to do. Write a program code for the main program. Okay. So actually, I'll just erase this and there we go. Okay. So what we'll do over here is, so this is the program code for the first part, write the program code for the main program. So the main program basically will hold this. So we find array data, for example, and this is what we do. This part will declare the first dimension, and obviously this one is the second dimension. So this will generate the first dimension, and this will generate the second dimension of our array. Okay, so it will go from 0 to 10 and 0 to 10. So I have two variables, x that goes from 0 to 10, and I have y that goes from 0 to 10. I have my array data x, y, and then I use random dot rand int between 1 and 100. So that's the way we will be initializing with random value between 1 and 100, and 2D array 10 by 10. This is the method that we use. Okay, I will afterwards run the entire program and I'll show you how it works. So the following bubble sort pseudocode algorithm sorts the data in the first dimension of the 2D array into the ascending order. So you probably have done 2D array or 1D array in Python. So this is how it works, the way they've shown you. Okay, you can go through it, right? And what they're saying is amend your main program by writing the code to implement the bubble sort algorithm after initializing the array. So they have given you an idea how it basically works. So the pseudocode is there. This helps you a lot to implement your Python code. So I'll repeat again is if you have an idea about bubble sort, okay. So you can see over here is this is one dimension bubble sort. You can sort this data. So this is obviously how I define the bubble sort, and that's how I'm calling it. So from I in range length array, and then I have j in range length -1, and then I have if the first element is greater than the next one, then you swap them. Okay, and this is how basically the single dimension works. We have to make is a 2-dimension over here. Okay, right. So we will just look at this part as well. So amend your main program by writing the code. So if you look at this code, obviously, so I have array length 10. Okay, for x in range 0 till array length, which is till whatever the length is 10. And then I have for y range 0 till array -1. For z in range 0 to array -1 minus y. Actually, we don't need this. I'll just show you. This will work without it. The reason why we are doing -1 and -1 over here is the reason is because our array starts from 0. Okay, so since it starts from 0 and I have to go till 10, so my number of elements will always be -1, 10. So this is what I'm doing. And the reason why I did this -1 is because I have to explain this somehow. For example, if I have some numbers, if I have, let's say 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. Excuse me for my writing. So that's 3. So how many times do I have to swap? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you see the swapping of this will occur 9 times. So again, you see it's minus 1 again. It's not 10 times. It will always be less than. So 1 minus 1 is obviously, this minus 1 is because we're starting from 0. And this minus 1 that we're using is because we're going to swap always 1 minus the times that I have to. Okay. So this is what we have the reasoning. And then obviously we do is if array data xz is greater than array data x and z's next one, then you put this in temp, and then array data xz is equals to array data xz plus 1. So you put this data over here, and whatever was in temporary data, you put it over here. Just like the swapping you did in one array, this is how you're swapping it. If it's greater than the value, if these values are greater than this value, then you put them in the temp, and you will simply do is assign this to this, and then you'll swap it. That's the way this basically goes, right? Write a program code for the pseudocode to output the values, all the values in 2D array. The value should be output as a 2D grid, and the value with values, rows, and columns. So we have to write a program now to output the procedure, and we have to test it. So in order to output, what we do is we use def print array data for x range from range 0 to 1, for y 0 to 1, print array data xy. So that's how we are going to actually we're going to print it. Okay, so that's the procedure for it. So altogether, if you have a look at this, the code, that's not the code, that's the code. So if I run this, what I have is, you see over here is, I have a grid over here. So I have a 2D 10 by 10, and you can see over here is this is not sorted. And after the sorting, you can see this is sorted. You can see this is sorted. Then I have this, which is sorted. And you can see all of them. Even the last one, you can see, for example, this one again is sorted. So before the 2D array is printed, and after the sort, the 2D array is sorted. And you can again have a look at the program. This is how we actually call the procedure. This is how we define the 2D array. And this is where we're talking about our sort that needs to take place. Okay. Now, the important thing over here is the question stated was, let me read this again. Okay. Right. Call the procedure before and after your bubble sort. This is the reason why you can see over here is that in this particular code, let me show you here, I have printed after, and over here, I have printed before, because I want to print before. Okay, so if we just run this program, we will just have, I'll just show you. Let me in fact remove all this. And if I simply run this, you can see is I have my array 2D array printed. So obviously, with the help of this, and after calling the procedure, I can simply print my 2D array. So this way, we have actually printed it. But afterwards, there was another program that we had to write to bubble sort it. So with the help of this, we actually did was, if I run this again, we did produce a 2D array, but we have also sorted a 2D array. Okay, I hope it's clear. If there's still any questions and queries, please you can WhatsApp a number, or you leave in the comment as well. Okay, we'll move on to the next part.